Deep in the vast thorny savanna grasslands and low-lying rocky hills of northeastern Uganda, right on the foot of a dormant volcano, a small team of U.S. Army soldiers of the 490th Civil Affairs Battalion Charlie Company have partnered with Ugandans to bring development to a volatile region.
The CA mission is generally to go ahead and push forward from the regular assets that the government might have at their disposal, like USAID and many of the NGOs. We take on the most challenging projects, and by virtue of multi-sourcing, we're definitely not out here alone, but we go out and try and be the lead element on the assessments.
Lieutenant Jeffrey McMillan explains the team's work in this remote region, an area plagued by violent cattle raids and where the population's livelihood is entirely dependent on livestock.
We're doing some school refurbishments, some lightning rod projects to make the school buildings more secure. About 278 children died last year from lightning strikes. We're also working on some projects to aid the orphanage in Nakapelaman village, which is right outside Moroto. Looking at funding a wall to secure the building that a New Zealand couple was gracious enough to fund. And we're also looking at some projects with distribution for school supplies and some desks. A lot of the schools don't even have desks, they're just concrete buildings. This is a very remote area that hasn't been able to be properly serviced within the last 10 years, mainly due to the instability in the area. Been a lot of cattle raiding, and the UPDF's up here making a concerted effort to try and disarm some of the tribal activity that's inherent in this area.
USAID Acting Director John Mark Winfield also highlights this increased engagement in the region.
Because of security, we've not been able to do the type of sustainable development activities that we would like to, that we feel that would be much better for the Karamoja people. But as security improves, we will be able to expand our program and bring to Karamoja some of the mainstream projects that we have in other parts of the country.
As part of these civic action programs, the team recently embarked on yet another veterinary civil affairs project, commonly referred to as VetCup.
It actually started yesterday. They're doing the training for 40 community animal health workers, and 4 students from the Macquarie University down in Kampala have come up to assist in teaching.
VetCup helps build a highly trained and skilled veterinary force while directly impacting Uganda's capability to provide for its own animal population.
There are peoples of the world who, like the inhabitants of Karamoja, who have put forth some lucky individuals who went on to school, became doctors. We're working with 2 of them now in a veterinarian outreach. The end state is, little by little, we improve where we can, what we can, and I think it's important to America that although this is a somewhat askance job description for a U.S. military, it is it's an opportunity, and I think it's a changing outlay of human capital in the United States to expand that which is going to be the future workforce of the world, the rapidly expanding populations of Asia and Africa.
His views are shared by U.S. Mission Uganda Deputy Chief of Mission Virginia Blazer.
We can, as a trio, approach our U.S. government programs in Karamoja really focused on the 3 Ds, diplomacy, defense, and development. Tied together, these 3 Ds represent our efforts and our policies in developing the infrastructure, the democracy, and the capabilities of this very important, very beautiful, picturesque part of Africa.